Heroes, always coming to save the day and even sometimes with the team.
And these two are some of the most iconic superheroes in TV shows.
Tommy Oliver, the motherfucking goat from Power Rangers.
And Skylar Storm, the 24 Powers hero from Mighty Med.
For this fight, we will be using all of Skylar Storm's respective media, Mighty Med, Lab Rats Elite Force, and the Lab Rats and Mighty Med crossover. And Tommy will be getting the Mighty Morphin series and scaling to other Ranger series, but he will not be getting his comic feats. So basically, just no comics allowed, and also no Megazords, O-Zero, or Turbo, or Dino Thunder. But we will allow feats from other Rangers in those series. For scaling, just no Tommy specific feats.
With that said,
who will win on this episode of Deadly Duel? Angel Grove, a nice peaceful town in America.
But meanwhile in space, an evil witch, Rita Repulsa, who had been free from captivity for 10,000 years and decides to attack Earth on the spot with her monsters and her army of putties.
So Zordon, Floating Head Consciousness, and his R2-D2 knockoff assistant, Alpha, recruit 5 teenagers from Angel Grove High.
Jason Lee Scott, the Red Ranger.
Billy Cranston, the Blue Ranger.
Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger.
Kimberly Hart, the Pink Ranger.
And Trini Kwan, the Yellow Ranger.
These teams would form the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Rita would try endlessly to end the Rangers but failed every time.
So Rita made her own Ranger by capturing the motherfucking goat, Tommy Oliver.
Dude, chill. I get it, he's your favorite fictional character, but you need to chill, buddy.
Okay, sorry, Daddy.
What the fuck? Anyway, let's continue.
Rita turns Tommy into the evil Green Ranger.
Tommy proves to be an incredible threat to the Rangers, beating them on numerous occasions.
His main weapon of choice during his evil time was Dragon Dagger, Dragon Zord, and the Tiger Zord, which those Zords will not be used in this fight. And also, Energy Balls, which he never uses again after being broke of his evilness, so I don't know. But speaking of evil,
Jason would end up freeing Tommy of Rita's spell and Tommy would end up joining the Rangers.
Tommy and the other Rangers all get their powers from the Morphin Grid, and those sparks you see while the Rangers are fighting is the Morphin Grid taking damage for them. But it can overload and disconnect the Rangers from it. Tommy would prove to be the MVP on the team. When the Rangers are struggling in a fight without Tommy, Tommy would come in and clutch up and kick the monsters' asses.
Tommy would end up falling in love with a fellow Ranger, Kimberly the Pink Ranger. Tommy would end up fighting Golda on numerous occasions, one time to get the other Rangers their powers back and one time after losing his powers.
And speaking of losing powers, Tommy would end up losing his powers due to the green candle made by the villains, and would end up leaving the team forever. Psych! He goes back as a White Ranger and resumes his role as a Ranger.
Tommy would now obtain new weapons, being Saber and his brand new Zord, the Tigers.
Tommy with his new power would now actually lead the Rangers, as he so rightfully deserves.
Let's talk about some of Tommy's feats and scaling.
Rita once destroyed this island, which the Rangers should survive, putting it at an island-level explosion.
Rita also created a solar eclipse, which is very impressive, which then another villain in Megaforce, Rax, also does the same thing.
It would take 158 zetatons to create a solar eclipse.
And since Tommy and every other Ranger draw from the same power source, Tommy should scale to other Rangers' feats. So let's talk about them in the Power Rangers series, Power Rangers in Space, aka knockoff Star Wars.
The Red Ranger Andros moved at least 2,000 times the speed of a light. Tommy should also scale to the other Dino Charge Rangers, who they should scale to the main villain of that show, Sledge, who survived being put in the sun, putting the Rangers' durability at dwarf star level.
And he would even hold his own against himself cause he fought an evil clone of himself.
Tommy should scale to Draven, who in Ninja Steel, with his own strength, shot arrows to crack the barriers of the Power Rangers multiverse. This would take around 7,764.12 joules to crack a hole in the multiverse, putting the Rangers at complex multiversal. The Rangers travel through space to another galaxy and while communicating with Zordon, taking around 5 hours. This should put the Rangers around 125 billion times the speed of light. Tommy and Dino Thunder found the grid's physical form and used it to gain information from every Ranger up to that point. In Power Rangers SPD, Gruma ordered a planet's destruction based off the size and the mass. It would take 2 tons of TNT to destroy it. In the comics, Tommy and Billy destroyed the Morphin Grid. The Morphin Grid, which is where all the Rangers draw their power from in its own separate universe. And Tommy and Billy destroyed it, put in their AP at complex multiversal. Tommy also has existent erasure resistance, meaning he literally cannot be erased from reality. Tommy also defeated Lord Draken. Lord Draken is an alternate version of Tommy, where he turns evil and takes over all the other Ranger dimensions. Draken drawed power and controlled the Morphin Grid, and it transcended it. And Tommy defeated him, and to scale above him, put in Tommy's stats at complex and multiversal. On that same note, Tommy is a scale above Draken, who Draken also outmatched the emissaries, who have moved at immeasurable speed, which Tommy should scale to. And the emissaries share the exact same powers as the Rangers, and they are also complex and multiversal themselves, yet not being bound by the normal 4 dimensions within the Power Rangers multiverse. The events of Mighty Morphin, he would go on to make other appearances in other Ranger series, such as Zeo, Turbo, and Dino Thunder, when he becomes different color Rangers, with the red Zeo and Turbo Ranger, and the black Dino Thunder Ranger.
Tommy would continue to make cameos in other series such as Megaforce in the final battle and Ninja Steel.
Which in Ninja Steel, he attains a Master Morph, which allows him to become any of his previous Ranger forms. Tommy would pass on the torch to other Rangers, such as TJ, who took over as the red Turbo Ranger. Overall, Tommy is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Power Ranger in history. So when you hear it's Morphin time and it's Tommy's voice, you better pray, because he will always be there to save his world.
I almost gave up on myself, Goldar, but your little picture show reminded me how much good I've done. Not only as a Green Ranger, but as me, plain old Tommy.
Superheroes and comic books. Some of the greatest things ever made in fiction.
But what if it wasn't fiction? Well, that's the case with the world of Mighty Men. 2 high school students, Kaz and Oliver, loved comic book and superheroes and would go to a comic book store every day after school.
But one day a fake UFO saucer falls on them and gets them stuck inside.
See a person who looks like a superhero from the comic series.
They follow him into a room and he disappears, until they knock over a mop and a pad pops up.
They solve the puzzle on the pad, which leads them to Mighty Men, a hospital for superheroes. They see all of their favorite superheroes.
But one of them is the one, the only, Skylar Storm.
Skylar is a very powerful hero, having over 20 different powers. But during an encounter with the supervillain, the Annihilator, he steals all of Skylar's powers, leaving her powerless.
Skylar would still go on to kick the villain's asses, even without superpowers.
But before every fight, she always says, "There's a storm coming. Skylar Storm." God fucking damn, I love this show growing up. This show was fucking amazing. It was a key piece of my childhood.
But this is not where Skylar originates from.
Skylar is an alien from a planet called Caldera, where they do some weird shit. And all females look exactly like Skylar. And it's glorious. Also, they kick the say no? What the fuck? Can they just not say the word no, or is it a tradition? I honestly don't know.
Let's talk about Skylar's powers.
Skylar's powers include shoot lightning, control celestial bodies, which were stated and never shown. It will control time, but cannot time travel with it. Alter gravity, space portals, shoot lasers, create force field, super strength, super speed, invisibility via spinning, heat vision, and kill people via kissing. However, some of these she can only use while she was evil, but will still allow these, but the ones that were only stated and confirmed will not use. Simply because, well, it's canon, we never see it in action, so we can't use something in a versus debate if we have no frame of reference for those powers. Also, for most of these, you could say we never see them. Well, it's stated by Kaz and Oliver, who read her comics, and Skylar also admitted she used to have those powers.
Speaking of evil, Skylar was brainwashed by the Annihilator, before being broke free.
Also during the show, Skylar decides she wants to go to normal school. Oh yeah, superheroes call humans normos. Fucking stupid as fuck. Let's talk about some of Skylar's feats. In Alan's Reign of Terror, both Skylar and Oliver dodged lasers and are stated to be actual lasers, which puts them at FTL.
Skylar should also scale to Grey Granite, who in the episode, Evil Gus, blocked lightning.
Skylar should scale to Adam Davenport in Lab Rats, who in Space Colony Part 2 travel from one galaxy to another in 4 seconds, putting Skylar's speed at MFTL+. And also in that episode, Adam blew up a planet-level asteroid. The planet feed for Lab Rats is still valid. People say that the size of the explosion determines its power output, but it doesn't. Let's talk about Power Rangers as an example. The amount of explosions in that show is ridiculous and huge. But they do like no damage to their surroundings, and the things that cause the explosions are very small. So clearly the size of the explosion doesn't determine its power output. And which it was stated, if it hit the Earth, it would blow up the entire planet. And Adam destroyed it while in the Earth's atmosphere, burning up. Skylar should scale to this, even if Adam was helped by the suit. He should be responsible at minimum half of the explosion, which Skylar should scale to, putting her striking strength and durability at planet level, which would require 227 billion newtons to blow up the Earth. Skylar should scale to Chase's force field, which is built to withstand an atomic bomb, and Skylar destroyed it. Skylar can actually regrow limbs due to her Calderan DNA, and survive the vacuum of space, and has a healing factor.
Skylar would get kidnapped back to her own planet by her best friend for Skylar to join the opposition and rule the universe. Skylar refuses and manages to escape and go back to her life.
Which ultimately causes her to lose her home planet Caldera. During the finale and going into the new series, the lab rat to Elite Force, Mighty Men is destroyed by Roman and Riker. Skylar would join the Elite Force with Captain Alvin and fellow lab rats characters being Chase and Bree.
And during Elite Force, Chase would manage to get Skylar her powers back, but nearly almost killing her in the process via her key weakness, which is cold.
Elite Force will later go on to be cancelled. However, Skylar Storm is a powerhouse, and when you see a girl in a pink and black suit, be scared, because there's a storm coming. A Skylar Storm.
Hey, Megahertz! There's a storm coming. Skylar Storm.
Tommy, there's currently a threat at Angel Grove. She goes by the name of Skylar Storm. She's destroying everything in sight. It's up to you to put a stop to her.
I won't let you down, Zordon. It's morphin' time! Breathe, evildoer!
Huh? Evildoer? No, I'm a superhero.
Your actions say otherwise!
Huh? Oh shit.
Bring it on!
Gladly.
Really? Wait, what? Alright, you're asking in for it now, punk! Take this
Come on!
Wait, what?
Haha, force field trick. Is that the best you got? Oh. I guess that isn't the best you got.
Why am I here?
you're a good fighter.
I can say the same to you. But now it's time to finish this!
Agreed! There's a storm coming. Skylar Storm! But what?
Oh my god, I gotta finish you! Welcome to my nightmare.
Wait, how did Skylar lose?
Well, let's break it down. Skylar was a very powerful opponent with a variety of powers and axes, and even a time power, but it doesn't allow her to time travel.
And she also was very strong by scaling to Adam, who had the capability to destroy an asteroid that would destroy the Earth, but Tommy had her beat.
The Morgan Grid is an insanely powerful source, and since all Rangers use it for their powers and feats, they should all scale to each other. Two villains have created solar eclipses, Rita and Vrax, and all Rangers should be able to scale to them.
And Tommy should scale to the Dino Charge Rangers, who scale to Sledge, who survive being in the sun, which the sun burns at 9,941 degrees Fahrenheit, putting the Rangers and Sledge durability at dwarf star level.
And also for Skylar powers, mainly shooting lasers, creating force fields, super strength, super speed, invisibility via spin, and heat vision, kill people being kissed, and were only available while she was brainwashed. She doesn't have these anywhere else, so they should be considered non-standard.
But what about her space portals and control celestial bodies, though?
Well, those are very impressive. The space portals could only allow it to control the battlefield, but that's about it. And the celestial body powers was stated, but never shown. Well, yes, it was confirmed. We never see it in action, so we don't know how it functions. Therefore, we can't use it in a fight if we don't know how it functions. We can't just make assumptions. And it's not like Skylar could just out-heal or regrow her limbs. Skylar's peak feat is scaling Adam, who destroyed a missile that was going to destroy the Earth. And Tommy's peak was scaling the Draven, who cracked the Power Rangers multiverse. Tommy's highest strength feat was more than Skylar's highest strength and durability. And Tommy was faster. Tommy was billions of times the speed of light, while Skylar was million times the speed of light via the scaling Adam. Tommy also scales to the emissaries, who moved at immeasurable speed, which should allow Tommy to speed blitz and AP stomp Skylar. Tommy also destroyed the Morphin Grid and defeated Draken, putting Tommy's AP a complex multi, and same with his durability. And Tommy had existence erasure and resistance, meaning Skylar literally couldn't kill him no matter what she tried. Skylar had no way to destroy Tommy, while Tommy could speed blitz and one-shot.
The main girl Skylar was a very powerful opponent, but Tommy's attack, durability, and experience were enough to take her out.
Luckily, Skylar couldn't power her away through this storm. The winner is Tommy Oliver.